I wanted to dispel some idiotic rumors that the contractors are being paid at an RV rate and this time of $3.91 per dinar. Really? How is this possible? Simply put, it's not. They are not trying to covertly implement the RV slowly behind our backs. The CBI told us many times already they would be upfront and straightforward about the process of the RV. Television is talking about the discussion for adjustment to have a new exchange rate. Can you believe that, Mr. Frank? Every day they tell us they're going to give us a new exchange rate. You know why they're telling us they're going to give us a new exchange rate? They say since the auctions are stopping. Frank, tell Parliament to move over, the cash cow is coming to an end. It's coming, that's all there is to it. Iraq Stock Exchange ranks first in the Arab world in trading volume for November. Quote, trading volumes achieved a growth of 131.24% during November 2024 compared to the previous month, thus topping the Arab financial markets in terms of growth rates. My Iraqi contacts this morning are pretty upbeat. My contacts still think it could go at any moment and are prepared for it. Question: rumor is that the dinar has RV'd. Have you anything to say about those rumors? Caperoni, currencies of a country are not some lottery ticket. They represent a country, and if a currency is ever going to go up in value, it will be based on the success and economic growth of that country. Iraq is trying to rebuild their country and diversify their economy. Iraq has made a lot of progress over the years rebuilding, but still has a ways to go. If Iraq can create a market economy, and diversify away from oil, we may see some improvement in the value gradually as a result. But there is no significant RV like the gurus talk about. Sudden suspension of the dollar sale platform by the central bank will not affect local markets from the dollar exchange rate, but there are those who try to broadcast rumors that this step will change the exchange rate. A lot of these YouTubers claiming the exchange rate is going to be changed, it's not. There's nothing out there that indicates it. What you have is a lot of positive reforms taking place. Eventually the Iraqi dinar will delete the zeros, we'll get a new type of currency, and then you're going to see something happen to the exchange rate. But no, it's not going to happen before the end of the year. No, it's not going to happen at the first of the year. No, it's not going to happen in February or March. If we have the float coming, if we have the auctions stopping, if all the things Sudani and the CBI have been saying. Therefore the conclusion means that the lower notes have been put into position because the next step would expose them. Question: when the RV happens and the rates change, will the rates continue to go up, or is that it? Marx: I have been told repeatedly that rates will not fluctuate much at all. No more than 1 to 2%. So when people say they are going to hang on to the currency to ride the float, it may bite them in the butt. I was told there will be a small window to exchange, and if not exchanged by then, those bills will no longer be accepted. Dollar auction. What is the truth about stopping the central bank's platform for currency conversion? Quote, this platform will be stopped at the end of this year, according to what the bank officially announced. They changed the name to currency window as opposed to auction. That represents foreign currencies. Article: quote, this platform will be stopped at the end of this year. The dollar auctions as we know them are going bye-bye by the end of the year. That doesn't mean the 31st, it means coming at any time. Television is reshowing the speech of Sudani from the other day when he said citizens want something realistic and they are tired of promises. Frank, the fact they reshowed it is extremely important. Sudani is going out almost on a daily basis telling the Iraqi citizens, I got you. I told you I'm going to give you purchasing power. I got you. The dollar market is on one leg. A new mechanism and the exchange rate is threatened. they are just telling us that there is a process in place to change out the dinar to the lower denominations and effect the rate as part of this process without causing havoc. A higher, sudden RV, if not done appropriately, would cause havoc. There are many here in the US and all over the world that are expecting a value change with the end of the auctions. Not just people on the internet, but folks in government and the banking world as well. Television saying Iraq is buying huge amounts of gold and it's to offset the ending of the dollar exchange auctions. An expected rise in the dollar, temporary shock awaits the Iraqi market. This is talking about the end of the auctions. One thing that will solve all their worries is an upward reinstatement or revaluation close or higher than the US dollar. The leader of the Badr organization and the official of the Northern Axis, Mohammed Mahdi al-Bayati, confirmed today, Friday, that the visit of the Iraqi delegation and its meeting with the head of the Syrian Interim Authority, Ahmed al-Shara, came after American pressure on the Iraqi government, describing the meeting as a new stigma of shame. Al-Bayati told Shafaq news agency, "The meeting of the Iraqi delegation with al-Shara comes in the context of American pressures aimed at whitewashing his record, and acquitting him of the crimes he committed in Iraq and the region, with the aim of imposing a new fait accompli, describing al-Shara as a terrorist." Al-Bayati added, "The policy of imposing criminals and those with criminal records on people is not something new in the American strategy, but rather represents an old and ongoing approach that reflects its constant endeavor to support figures that are in line with its history full of crimes." Al-Bayati criticized the meeting, describing it as a new stain on the dark record of the United States and its accomplices. Al-Bayati continued, "As for the position of the honorable people, it is clear and firm: peace to those who are at peace with you, and war to those who are at war with you until the day of resurrection, and our hands will remain on the trigger in defense of the truth and in confirmation of the divine approach," according to his expression. Earlier, the State of Law Coalition, led by Nouri al-Maliki, revealed on Thursday the backstage details that preceded the visit of the head of the Iraqi intelligence service, Hamid al-Shatri, to Syria, noting that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani obtained the approval of the political blocs before sending al-Shatri to Damascus. The leader of the coalition, Issam al-Kriti, told Shafaq news agency that the Iraqi government's sending of an official delegation to represent it to Damascus and its meeting with the new Syrian administration came as a result of American and Gulf pressures for Baghdad to communicate with Damascus after the recent developments. He also pointed out that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani did not take this step except after consulting and obtaining approval from the political blocs and parties, especially the Coordination Framework, and the State Administration Coalition Forces. Yesterday, Thursday, a high-level Iraqi delegation headed by the head of the intelligence service arrived in the Syrian capital, Damascus, and met with the